Welcome to the Stanford Lee Show. This week, the hundreds of millions of dollars scam. We need to talk about Elizabeth Holmes. You know, she's been in the news lately, and it's really interesting. I don't know what your thoughts are about this, but imagine starting an empire in Silicon Valley. And the backstory, if you don't know, of Elizabeth Holmes is really interesting. And I think that I'll explain what I think later in the video, but some consider her a criminal, and I guess legally she would be considered a criminal. And others maybe kind of a anti-hero, or even feminist anti-hero, if you'd like to think of it that way, because how many people have, even created a scam big enough that you could pull senators in it, secretaries of state, and all this money could just be, vacuumed out of, people's investments. It's just horrendous, but it's horrendous but interesting. Yeah, she was known as starting out her education at Stanford. It's interesting how she got in. She learned Mandarin and, amongst other things, had a whole plan for her life, kind of like a checklist of, okay, well, I need to get in here into this school, and then I need to do this, and then I need to do that. She was very pragmatic and very strategic, and even getting into Stanford. And I think what's even cool is dropping out of Stanford, because isn't that what people do in Silicon Valley? Some of our heroes, like Steve Jobs, it's like they, almost like they're too cool for school. But if you're out there, burning the midnight oil and trying to get through exams, I'd say stick with it. But yeah, a few of our heroes didn't have, the typical education. And I think that some of the more intelligent people realize that in some ways school is kind of stifling, and it kind of taints your vision in some way. I know for me it did, but believe me, it pays off going to school. You can always, pull out that piece of paper and, open some doors. But the doors that she was trying to open were very huge. And she had some immediate successes in getting investors. So think of this product. I mean, you're going to laugh about the name, right? It's like Theranos. It sounds like a Marvel villain or something, like Thanos, or I don't know, something world-destroying. But it was a very innovative product that would, kind of suck your blood. If you don't realize how much blood samples, I mean, you've been to get your blood tested. It's like, how much blood do they need? But apparently it's really what goes on in the background is a lot of different tests and different things that they do with it, that it seems like you could just take a drop of blood and run maybe about 200 tests, just kind of a spectrum of everything, and do it all from a little box, that would be out in the market. I mean, that was the idea of Theranos, that they were going to have basically a portable testing device, just something in a box that could do all these tests with just a drop of blood. And that was innovative. And you can tell by the initial investors that they were looking at it also for the military. So, the military, going to your local Walgreens or Rite Aid, CVS, it would just change, testing as we know it. So anyway, that's the business part, but I think women are, maybe underestimated for being great villains, and I certainly think that it's interesting what she did. I'm not recommending it or thinking that she should have any, different, leniency or anything else, but what if a lot of these people were like, multimillionaire scumbags, that were, in government? Does it really, I don't know. I'm not going to go there, but I'm just saying it's incredible. Now, she did have kind of this reputation in the company. So she was known as
talking with a really deep voice.
She did boss people around. So as a girl boss, she was probably the meanest boss that anybody could ever imagine. And that's what they would say. She'd walk around with her green, like kale drinks and work 16 hours a day. And she would go through like a sprint, I guess, and I don't even know what they were doing. Maybe they spent all their time just making, drawings of this thing. I don't know. But then at the end of it, she'd fire a bunch of people and then bring some new people on and kind of go through this cycle. So pretty tough. And, if you've worked for companies like that, you know what I'm talking about. It's that kind of brutal death march, startup kind of environment. So that would be great to put on the resume, I guess. But so if you don't know, with this show, we kind of hang out and do music. So I talk about something that's inspiring, and then I tie in some music with it. It's just fun. And to kind of set the mood of this, I did work on a song called Entrepreneur, which is based on this character, Elizabeth Holmes. And I liked what a villain she was, and I think kind of villain, sexy, kind of jazzy was the thing I was going for with it. And I'll play you a little bit of it. I'm still working on the song, but I wanted you to hear a sample of it and some of the arrangements. So I'll share that, but let me end with this. So you want to know who invested in this, how many people initially? So you have U.S. Senators Sam Nunn, Bill First, former Defense Secretary William Perry, future Defense Secretary Jim Mattis, and former Secretaries of State George Shultz, and even Henry Kissinger, freaking Henry Kissinger, So it's like big names investing in this. And so she's actually awaiting her sentencing. So isn't it interesting how it works? I guess, she's guilty, but, she has like a long summer to spend, thinking about it, free until sentencing comes up. And, she, ripped people off for hundreds of millions of dollars, and maybe she'll get hundreds of millions of years, or get hundreds of millions of years and be out in a few months. And I really don't know how it works. And maybe there's like a, kind of a, prison you go to that has drinks with umbrellas, or I can't imagine. I mean, it's just, what if that was your savings, or what if that was your retirement or something? I mean, think of it that way. Or maybe it's just, a bunch of money, a bunch of, zeros, just, and, there it goes. But anyway, like her or not, criminal or folk hero, anti-hero, Elizabeth Holmes. So there you go. And I want to hang out and do some music, so check out this song.
She thinks she's so hot. She thinks she's so cool. She's an entrepreneur. Cash money bleeds you dry. The market's down and the stakes are high. Oh, she's an entrepreneur. Entrepreneur. Cash money bleeds you dry. The market's down and the stakes are high. Entrepreneur. My two favorite things: rackets and evil schemes. Oh, she's an entrepreneur. Cash money bleeds you dry. The market's down and the stakes are high. She's an entrepreneur. Cash money bleeds you dry. The market's down and the stakes are high. Oh, entrepreneur. Entrepreneur. She's an entrepreneur. She's out of love. Entrepreneur.
I hope you like the story and hanging out and doing some music. And I wanted to do a little plug, so please check out the social media. I'm always releasing stuff, and we've got some merchandise and some information about the gear. Take a look, and while you're there, if you can hit a like and subscribe, it really helps the channels. And I appreciate you all, and I'll see you next time on the Stanford Lee Show.
With ambition and deception, my two favorite things: rackets and evil schemes.